be honest with you, there's been a little bit of turmoil with some people who have been in the league over the past few years that I think everyone has known has probably not been great for the league. And a lot of them are getting found out and are getting shipped out. And I think that is also a really good direction, that we are the best league in the world. We have some of the most precious and amazing players in the world, and they need to be surrounded by really good people and good professionals. And I think that we're getting closer to seeing that across the board.
Looking at where the league is, there's still a lot we want to do. There's a lot of growth to be had, but it is an amazing accomplishment to be going into the 10th year next year, and something huge for us all to celebrate. And I think we've always felt this way. If we can be here and keep growing, we can do amazing things, but we have to keep growing, and it's what we're doing.
A lot of who I was as a player transcends to a lot of who I am as a coach. And as a player, I always wanted more, and I always wanted the opportunity to just be the best version of myself, both on and off the pitch. And I feel taking that perspective into this position of how can I be the best version of myself for these players and for this coaching staff and for this club as a whole is something that I very much so value. So for me, it would just be learning from those around me, giving my best every single day, learning as much as I possibly can, and contributing in any capacity that I can. And I hope to continue to grow.
We've had a coaching transition happen, so we're looking at making sure that transition is smooth, that everyone is set up for success, both now to finish out the season really strong, but then in the long term. So it's kind of a balance of looking at how do we maximize what we have right now and do the best we possibly can through the rest of the season, but then also start to set some of the building blocks that will go into next year, the year after, and beyond. So there's a lot of work to do, but I think the immediate goal is to get into that playoff spot and then to go as far as we can in the playoffs.
So I didn't plan it this way, but it's been really busy. I've had to meet a lot of people and speak to a lot of people and figure out how people feel, how I can help them with their jobs. A lot of players, kind of ease their minds a little bit and let them know that I'm going to take care of them and look after them. So there's been a lot of work that's had nothing to do with the actual strategy of football and the training. A lot of it's just been organisational and kind of getting to know people and what people do. So it's been busy. I've been as busy in the past 3 weeks that I've been in a long time. But a good busy.
Well, because I'm a woman athlete, and I've always been part of this league, I don't really think of it as something that is unique until I'm sitting in a room of, the others who are GMs in the league or the leadership of each team, and you kind of then realize, you look around and you say, wait a second, this is women's sports. Why are there so few women? And it's something that gets talked about all the time on the coaching front and the management side, ownership. And we're starting to see more women in those circles, which is so important. And I think by introducing more women to those circles, it becomes the norm. So it's a really important step, is that hopefully, a few years from now we look around and there are more women than men even. But it's a process, and it's going to take time.
Obviously, from a female perspective, I hope that more players go on and want to be involved in the game in any capacity. And at this level as well. And I think, the visibility of seeing women in these roles is really big for the encouragement and the dream of wanting to fill roles such as these. There's a lot of players in this league that have daughters that play full-time and are full-time mothers as well. And I think it's very inspiring to know that you can be a mom and you can be really good at what you do in whatever capacity that is in your involvement in this league, if it's a player, if it's a coach, whatever it is. So I think it's very inspiring.
Carly was a teammate of mine for many years, so I have a very strong appreciation for what she means to the game and what she's done in her career, and just the body of work that she's put in to continue to push things forward. So for me to be in a position to help send her off feels really special, and I think we all feel the same way, is that this is a legend of the game, so we are all doing our very best to send her off on a high note, not just in terms of the celebration and the media surrounding it, but really helping her to win games, hopefully, and have as many games as possible, which means going far in the playoffs. So I think we all realize the magnitude of what this is. It's not just any player stepping away. Carly has just cemented herself in the history of women's soccer, not just in New Jersey or this country, is really worldwide. So we are all doing everything we can to celebrate her, and I'm really honored to be able to be part of it.
Yeah, you have to pinch yourself sometimes when you get to work with such special people. I think obviously I've played against her for a long time and tried to stop her strengths has been my job for a long time. So now not having to do that and getting to utilise and help her strengths flourish has been fantastic. So I'm really happy which side of the field I am on now with Carly. But she's incredible. She's a consummate professional. She works harder than anyone. She puts the work in more than anyone. So I think she'll leave a legacy here that probably she doesn't even know that she'll leave. And it's the standards that she blazes every day in training and how she acts and what she does.